Hello, and welcome to this episode of No Blasters with me, Kieran Bartlett. This absolutely sexual Iron Maiden t-shirt. Today's guest is one of my favourite guests that we have on this show. It is Belfast comedy hero and all-round good wee boy, Willy Thompson. How's it going, sir? Having a great time.
What's happening?
Great shirt.
Thank you.
So today's episode, before we get into it, is sponsored by Joxer. Joxer is the finest bistro on God's green earth. They have locations in Hillsborough, Hollywood and Bangor. 3 towns that I would describe not as towns, but as lifestyle choices. Now, if you want to go to any of these Joxers, I would highly recommend going for brunch during the day. They have an all-day brunch menu. It's very dirty, runs from the morning time into the afternoon. You can, see if you're feeling you want to be a wee bit healthy, go in there and get some granola or something like that, right? A wee oats, right? And see if you're feeling like a dirty wee boy like me, go and get some chaffles. Chicken and waffles. Comes with sriracha. It's filthy. It comes with cinnamon butter and all. Now, that's a great time. You can also go to these locations for dinner from Thursday through to Sunday from 5 until late. You need to book those tables, though, or they would rather you book those tables. So if you can, go on to resdiary.com and search for Joxer and find it and book a table, time and date and location that you want. Great place. The dinner menu is different. It's very dirty. You get wee plates as well for starters. Then they have big dirty mains. It's a great time. Food's very gourmet. It's lovely. Please check it out. They also do teas, coffees, all your barista stuff with buns and bakes. And you can get cocktails. It's a great time. We love Joxer. They love us. OG local sponsor. We love it. So today's episode also sponsored by the Premier League of male below the belt wizardry. Pube groomage by manscaped.com. We are talking about the very best in pube removal. This is a company that specializes in making wee princes, because what they do is they know what makes you scared about taking your pubes off. They know you're scared of snagging the bag. They know you're scared of cutting your nose up if that's where you've got long hair and for whatever reason at 37 mine is accelerating at a crazy rate that no doctor has been able to explain to me. But then what I would say is if you go over on the manscaped.com, you can buy these products. You can buy the weed whacker for your nose and ear hair. You can buy the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 with skin safe technology. Has a wee light on it. It's waterproof. You could essentially use this thing to groom your pubes in a fucking distant cave, and it would work out all right for you. So I highly recommend those. Manscaped.com. Use the code NOBLASTERS20. That's the word no blasters, the number 20. All one thing, NOBLASTERS20 for 20% off and free shipping. Highly recommend the ball deodorant. Highly recommend the ball wipes. Highly recommend the performance package. Last thing to tell you is about now. Today's episode, this is not sponsored by this. Today's episode is a mere advertisement and a pointing hand to our Patreon over at patreon.com/no blasters. This is the home of tons of exclusive video content that we've made and put out already. We put out No Blasters Extra Time every Thursday. So we have 2 tiers, right? So one tier is world class. That's £3 a month. You get all this exclusive video content plus all the back catalogue of stuff. We have it all organised into collections. This is No Blasters Extra Time, a FIFA-packed podcast that comes out every Thursday. We have Smells Bitchin', our cookery segment, Noodle Bar, our musical improv segment. We have all the specials I've done. We have Nevermind the Mock Blame, Mysteries, all that stuff's in there. It's all organised. You get all that. You get updates on gigs. You get discount on certain gigs. There's a merch discount offer on exclusive merch that hasn't even been released to the public yet. That will last for about another 3 weeks. These are all the great things you get on World Class, right? It's and a sense of community, right? On the top tier, which is legendary, I've just started doing a thing called Top Tier Team Talk, which is a wee audio update that comes out every week now on Sundays. A great time. It's in its own collection as well because I'm all organised and all, right? That merch discount will change, but it will be permanently available to top tier members. You can also arrange to play me on a game on an episode of No Blasters Extra Time. Get your own episode. These are great things. That's for £6 a month. You get all the stuff from World Class plus all that. Do you know what you could do? Sign up for a month, download everything, be a scab, and then leave. I don't care. I've got your money. Do that. Do whatever. Don't do that. Stay. You'll want to stay. No Blasters. Patreon at patreon.com/no blasters. We love it now. I was about 10 minutes of reads there. Now,
hello. Yes.
Here's the thing, right? How's it going?
Oh, good. My
You got much coming up comedy?
What's that?
Much coming up comedy wise? Here, talk to me about that Scotland match. We were talking about it.
Yeah.
Scotland were shite.
Sad to see them go.
Well, what is that though? Because I felt that too. Is it because they're like a fellow Celt country, and you sort of want to see them do well, or is it like
It's that they don't often do well.
no? Yeah,
I
it's
feel
true.
a little bit of kinship, a little bit of
kinship.
with Scotland. You want to see Scotland do well.
I wanted to see them do well. They were so good at the start of qualifying, and then that really tapered off into just being shite again.
Yeah.
Like properly shite,
Really bad.
like really bad. Like you were saying, they lost to the Northern Ireland, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
They lost to God's wee country, God's acre.
Yeah.
1-0 in a pre-tournament friendly. That's not great.
We are not the best we have
No,
been.
it's not great.
you know what I
Both Irish teams are sort of sharing. Now we're just talking about this, right? So my view is I understand. Don't be like, oh, fucking, you're like a ball of china shop here, Kerr. I'm not. Although if you put me in,
Who is that you're doing an impression of?
I thought people who, if I say we should unite the Irish teams, unite us, unite the clans. If we were to do that, that's Braveheart, by the way. If we were to do that, I think there would be a better team overall.
Yeah.
More players to choose from. You get the best of, you get the best of both, because say like there's an unbelievable right back for.
Yeah,
the
you want the
Republic.
Hannah Montana approach to Irish football. You want best of both worlds.
I want best.
You want
of
the
bo-
limo out front.
Do you know what I want? I want chicken goujons and chips with him. That's what I want. I don't want just goujons. I don't want just chips. I want it all.
It works for rugby.
It works-
and the rugby
it
team is
works-
one of the best in
It
the world.
works great for rugby.
Yeah.
They could definitely punch more above their weight if they have more players now to choose from, like a bigger pool now.
Yeah.
I understand that there's people out there who will be disgusted, and I understand the political situation, that there are two different football associations.
I'm bored of it.
And some people would lose their jobs, etc.
I'm
Because
bored of the political.
so am I.
I'm bored.
Just fucking move on. Move on. Do you know what?
Don't matter.
Do you know what I want? A team to support properly in the fucking thing, not just going, I hope fucking Serbia can do this, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm fucking sitting there going, fucking, come on. Who else did they play? I
Yeah, I'm
can't
tired
even
of
fucking-
putting a tenner and like hoping Georgia can do me a job against Portugal.
Yeah.
Done for my accumulator.
I lost so much money in the first week. And
No,
then
you
I just,
told me
I
you
learned.
weren't. You told me you weren't being
No,
a
but
gambling man.
I gambled. I gambled badly. Speaking of bets, what about these Tory cunts betting on? Have you heard about this? There's like a number
No,
of
Jay
people.
Leno, what is it?
A number of people.
What about this? You seen this? These Tory cunts.
Am I right? The too many of these wankers. The Tories have been betting. So people who were aware of when the election was coming up started betting on the date of the election.
I didn't even
So-
know you could put money on that.
Oh, you find a bookie, like. Do you know what I mean? You can go into a bookie and request a bet, like.
Really?
Yeah.
On
and
anything?
nearly, like. I mean, you could go in and bet on where the next pope's coming from, like. Probably from within the Catholic Church. They
I
will
was gonna-
take
yeah.
that bet. Like, what country they come from and all. I mean, I was on Sky Bet whenever Benedict abdicated.
You were straight on seeing
I
the
was
odds
on
the
here.
next
I thought we're getting our first African pope here. I'm going for fucking Cardinal Cameroon or wherever the fuck he was from. Argentina. Stinking. Again, thwarted by Argentina, but this was the this was the thing. Like, so the Tories were betting on when the election was going to be and other things like that.
Yeah.
And so some of them are under investigation now. And I'm
Fucking
going,
much money do they need?
I know, I'm going here. You're
not
scamming
taking-
bastards
yeah.
anyway. But here's the thing. Well, that if you did that on like in the city, like if you did that in, what do you call it, in like stock trading and whatever,
Yeah.
that's called insider trading.
It's illegal,
It's
guys.
illegal.
It's not
If you're
allowed.
a footballer, Ivan Toney was betting on other teams as well as did he bet on Brentford?
I thought
Did
he
he bet on
himself
to win?
which I don't think should be illegal.
You especially if you're saying I will score,
Yeah.
not I won't score, because that is like
If you're betting on yourself in a positive way,
yeah.
I don't think that should be illegal.
But he got fucked for that. How long was he out of football? 8 or 9 months or something?
yeah, near a year, pretty much.
Absolutely fucked for that, and it's ruined his England career. And what do you call it? Like fucking Tories are still just sitting there, and they're all wee smug bastards about it. They should absolutely. Do you know what they should do? They should go roaming. I'm not one of. There's people like this. Do you ever see like people who ring in to like talk back and whatever, or the sort of people a little bit, or Nolan be sitting there going, "There's people wearing hoodies out in my street, Stephen. They should do what they used to do and hang them all, right?" And you're like, "Oh, right, Mervyn, right?"
Who's your man? Is it on Talkback or LBC? And he's quite liberal, and he still annoys me.
Is it Nick Ferrari?
James O'Brien.
Oh, James O'Brien.
And he acts indignant like he's never heard of a very common thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, over lockdown. Sorry, what was lockdown?
I know.
They made us all stay. Made us all.
You mean
stay in the house?
people were forced to not party, and they were partying.
Oh, I hate him. So
Right.
sitting raging by himself.
See the type of quiet he has in his voice. He sounds like somebody in a staff toilet trying to take a phone call while taking a shit. All right, yeah. So the Tories and Tories. You know what I mean? I hate that. Anyway, it's a dirty sort of quiet voice he has. But then what the fuck was I on about? Yeah, these people who ring in, they're like, oh fuck it, we should hang them all. They should go Roman style over one of these Tories, just someone who's really bad. You know what they would have done these people? Do you know what they would have done in what did you say?
Shag generals.
Do you know what they would have done in ancient Rome with people like us? Oh, why they all shagged each other? Like,
yeah.
But I mean, the Tories are probably doing that. But here, see Media Law 101. Can't fucking.
Alleged.
It's labelled as comedy.
Allegedly.
What are you gonna do about it? It's your laws.
Allegedly, there's bodies in the walls. Allegedly.
Right.
You've murdered so many. Allegedly.
So alleged pedos. So
sounds like a band that we'd be doing the introduction stage at Glastonbury. The alleged pedos.
So so in Rome they would have like taken somebody that was really corrupt or grim and stitched them into like a big bag with like a few hungry animals and then fuck them into the river. So
understandable for someone who's
terrible
corrupt.
bag death. I think it's called.
What do you mean by grim? Someone who's just like really
maybe like an alleged pedo or like
I
someone,
thought you meant just someone who was always in like just bringing the mood down.
Someone who's really corrupt. Nah, like someone who's sitting there going, guys, it's important to talk about mental health. Get in the bag.
Yeah.
Get in that bag. There's a fucking hungry coyote in there.
Someone going, I have a great sense of humour, but
yeah.
See, when you talk about the bins not being taken out in time, I've suffered for 2 weeks.
I like edgy humour as much as the next guy.
Yes.
Lads, but
yes. You talked about alopecia of the eyebrows, and it affects a lot of people.
Get in the bag.
A lot of us get sweat in our eyes. It's not funny.
Get into the scorpion sack. There you go. And then we're gonna fuck.
That would be who you put in bags.
We're gonna just scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
No, just people who'd be like, I appreciate edgy humor, but
yeah, people.
It's a bit. Do you need to swear so much?
Cafe O parents into the bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would you like, Nathan? Fucking, do you know what he wants? A Happy Meal. Go elsewhere. He doesn't. Do you know what he doesn't want? Nordic coffee. Get in the bag. Get in the fucking.
Who do you want your?
Get in the fox bag.
How do you want your avocado, Nathaniel? In a burger and replaced with beef, please. And get a wee toy with it. I'll say this: Happy Meal toys have went fucking downhill.
Have they? I haven't had a Happy Meal in a long time, but I remember that there was people I knew in primary school who would have had quite the collection of those.
Yeah.
I didn't really. Do you know? I don't think I had a McDonald's until I was like 12. It's been all downhill since then. Yeah.
Well, suppose you had a lot of brothers and sisters, so it's about £100 for a trip.
We would never have gone to McDonald's. That wouldn't have been a thing. If we were doing anything dirty, we would have gone to a Chippy. Look.
Yeah.
Rappers.
But again, you can share out a Chippy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't need to buy, like, if you're getting a fries, you need a fries. Like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't put. No one's putting the nuggets in the middle.
Plus,
and go and dip away.
My dad's fussy. He was fussy about stuff, food. Like he wouldn't have appreciated like sauce and pickles and all.
Right.
He wouldn't have even wanted a beef burger. He would have wanted fish, but then he would look at a McDonald's fish and go, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
He wants that.
Proper.
He wants that. This is a side of a haddock.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you. My dad, I remember, used to always go nuts at McDonald's because they'd always fuck his order up. And he didn't have a great temper, my father. I remember one time...
They love fucking orders up.
They do. The one time they put sauce in his burger, and he made my mad driving back round just so he could call the guy at the window a knob jockey, and then left. Didn't get the burger replaced.
Do you know, recently, so I dropped into one day drive-through for a very specific thing. I'd been doing something in the sun. That sounds really weird.
The paper or
I know, as if like I was just standing there. Kieran, 37 from Belfast. He likes rainy walks and
hates liars.
Hates the Tories, but loves David Beckham. I
used to love on the top of the page the girl giving an opinion.
I know, yeah, like
Lucy Pinder on the Watergate scandal.
I liked when it would be.
I thought it was inappropriate of how Nixon used his powers.
I liked when it would be like an opinion on an upcoming football match. you know what I mean? She'd be like standing there in a pair of like fucking Arsenal knickers going, I really hope the boys can do it this weekend. You're like, you don't watch football. The only thing you watch is photographers loads coming at you.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see footballs hitting your chin. That's all you see. Like.
Yeah.
I used to hate when they'd do sex puns for football, and it never made sense.
Sliding into the box.
David Beckham showing off his underwear. And
Yeah.
it would be like showing off his tackle. No one has ever described their cock as a tackle. So if Joe come home tonight, hit you a 50-50. No one's
Look
ever
at
done
this sweet diagonal ball. David Beckham just there with a fucking one massive low hanging bollock. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when I specifically remember when he like left to go to America, that football there was at such a stage where no one understood why he was going there or what he would do. They're like, oh my gosh, it's David Beckham. He's going to score like 100 goals a season. You're like, he won't. He'll set up
Van
about.
Morrison?
He'll set up about 15, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, he'll play this really sweet sweeping ball, and he'll hit free kicks. And see if the strikers are good enough, they might score a couple.
Yeah, I remember him leaving, and they acted as though he was going to Valhalla. Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
just leaving this realm of Earth.
Yeah. It's the way people are getting on about Saudi Arabia now. They're getting on as if like they keep talking
It's
about
a
it in
little
years.
bit different.
Why? Because the human. Do you know
No gays.
the difference between Saudi Arabia and America is that, or no, I shouldn't say that because I actually want to go to America. So. Saudi Arabia's terrible and America's awesome.
But it's a little bit different. Because
It is different, but players are going to go for money. Like some of the players who are actually playing there now, I go, you should be in the fucking Premier League, but they're getting more money out there.
Who?
Even players like Mitrovic, I loved him in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's such a shite house. Like I actually love that cunt.
Yeah, is he a shite? What do you mean shite house? Define shite house.
Shite house, like shithousery, like fucking like
Wee
he will stamp on your feet and run away from you. Like if you're marking him, he'll stamp on you as he runs away.
That's my favourite kind of player.
He's a nasty player.
Yeah.
He's the sort of player where if he's not in your team, you fucking hate him.
If he's on your team, he's amazing.
If he's in your team, you're like, claw the skin of that cunt.
Because that's how I
Like,
would play football. If I was marking someone too, I'd be like, when the referee went like nipping them, when the referee's not looking.
I used to talk to people before corners came in when I was doing nets.
I was thinking you're not on the
Be
field.
like, you're never getting off this. You can't even score past fat keeper.
I used to learn, so when I was playing,
And then
we'd
they
play
would
against.
inevitably score. But, stop for a Happy Meal on the way home.
Yeah, you're jumping like a McDonald's fish. But I used to learn, so when we were playing foreign teams like Brazil or Portugal, you know the international game, Kieran, and I used to learn slurs or like insults.
In their language.
Yeah.
Puda works
just
for
go like,
fucking about
"Puta."
10 countries.
Yeah, I learned like your mother is a cocksucker in Portuguese.
Oh my God, love it. Oh, the only thing I know in Portuguese is fragile by sting. It's called fragilidade. No, anyway. So,
You went very sting there.
we're gonna get on this thing. I need to finish that McDonald's story though,
I'd
because
imagine you
it's
would get on
fucking
this thing.
it's eating me the way I would eat a double cheese right now. So, we went.
No hands, 3 at a
I was
time.
out. This was a weird thing.
It's good to have you back, mate.
Can't.
I've missed you.
There's no comeback for it. Like, I do love a double cheese. They're unbelievable.
You've
now.
got me onto them, like.
Do you know they're very dirty. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, you're for
Haven't had one, mate.
You're
Just-
for Shante. I'm River Phoenix. And you've just went, here's a wee burger, and I haven't realised there's 8 patties and cheese in it.
that's unbelievable. You're for Shanty. I'm River Phoenix.
Yeah. I'm going to be found dead outside the console at
And
McDonald's.
I'll use your death to
And you go
reform
hide,
my life.
You go hide
Yeah.
in Kev's house for a week.
Set my arms. That's unbelievably harsh. I love you, John. If you're watching, I take it all back. I love you. I saw a video the other day of Anthony Kiedis crossing the street, and some guy's filming it. And he goes, "Mr. Kiedis, why does a chili pepper cross the road?" And he immediately starts laughing. He's like, "To get to the other side." And I was like, "This is so shit." And he laughs. He fully laughs, but it was great.
With Kiedis, I thought it was going to be like, because there's a girls' convent on the other side. I love him, but
Allegedly.
rascal. Stay away from my sisters, Anthony.
So
I love him too, but he's the kind of guy like he's sound. But if you heard your sisters talking to him, you'd be like,
I know. Don't want any purple stains in my house.
"Yeah, you stay." Yeah,
Here, it's terrible lyrics. Anyway, so he can suck his own kiss, leave him alone. Now, Don't just give it away to that guy, all right? Oh, man, I could play this game all day. Anyway, so why are you putting this velvet glove on? Anyway, right, so so McDonald's, I was out, we were doing something in the sunshine that was a wee bit worky, and we were very thirsty, and I was like, do you know what? This is one of those times when the only thing that's going to quench this bitch is a freezy
Cheeseburger?
is a freezy Fanta with ice, right? So that will do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said to Chloe, I went here, the place we were at. I sort of want to tell this story, but it is also sort of grim.
Go ahead.
No, I won't. I'll tell you off. It is a wee bit grim.
I mean, you've set it up for 15
no.
minutes.
Listen, we were doing something grim. We were doing something nice that is sad, and then something a wee bit grim happened when I was doing it. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. But you went and got a Fanta anyway?
I went and got a Fanta. Thank you for letting me get past that.
Okay.
I'm not telling you. Enjoy that itch for the rest of your lives now, anyway.
Twank's just a wee mystery man now.
I know. I would say it. I wouldn't want to upset other people.
Disappears for a
anyway,
month.
we decided. Fuck off. We decided
I
disappears.
can't tell you where I was. Just know the tale is full of woe and sadness.
Do you know where I was spending all my money buying films on Amazon Prime that I already own on DVD because I won't get up? That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapons. What am I doing? I have them anyway. Right.
Yeah.
I even have the.
I had a weekend off. I was like, I'll write my show. Ended up buying the whole Hangover trilogy.
Oh,
and I'll tell you
brilliant.
this: they're not good after the first one.
They're not great.
No, the third one's awful.
Do you know what? They rip off. I know it's the same director and all, which I only found out not that long ago, but it just rips off old school, and old school is I love that.
Yeah,
So,
you're allowed to rip it off if it is
if it's yours. Well,
yours.
actually, William, that is called auto plagiarism, which I only found out about recently as well.
That's not a thing. I'm aware it may be a technical thing.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
Right?
a technical thing.
That's an
not a thing.
academic just justifying
It
their
is.
wage.
It is.
That's
it
what that
is.
is.
It is. I'll write the same shit
Yeah.
twice and change the wording.
Yeah. Well, I spotted a student today had auto plagiarized themselves. Go do a shift in a spar. You fucking.
And see if
loser.
auto plagiarism occurs to you, because it will.
Yeah.
It will. So went to get this freezy Fanta. Chloe was having a DC, I think, a freezy DC, and that was all we ordered, right? And as we go to turn the corner of the drive-through, we're sitting there for like 8 or 9 minutes, and I'm going, dun dun. It's like Jaws, right? Dun dun, right? And I say to Chloe, I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Then eventually they start passing people into like, you park here, you park there, you park even further away. And when we come around to pay, we're literally just getting Fanta. And the guy goes, sorry, we're having to reset our tills. There's something really wrong with the tills. And I was like, that's okay, no problem. You know, because like, even though I'm going dump, as soon as somebody goes, sorry, mate, I'm like, neutral, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Especially
right.
when it's not their error either.
Yeah, right.
Because when a computer fucks up at your job,
it's annoying.
Yeah.
I immediately went, that must be melting as fuck.
and you don't
in
want to
here.
be that customer. It's like, well, you should know how to operate the systems.
And one of the managers, she's running around back and forth trying to get it all sorted.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, I'm sitting there in the car, and I'm sort of going, it's a Fanta and a Diet Coke though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, they go, do you have cash? And I was like, I actually do, and I never do, but I actually did this time. And I went, yeah. And they were like, well,
And I imagine you have a wee coin purse, like your granny.
it's my wee wallet. I have a wee wallet, and they were like, it's made out of cashmere though, and I went to
It's
pay.
a lethal weapon
And
purse.
they gave me my change back all in coins, and I'm looking at them going, this is quite unacceptable, right? And then they made us wait even longer, and I was going, and then they finally gave me the Fanta, and it was like fine, but I was going, see if that was me, and you kept me waiting. I was there for about 25 minutes. I'm going, see if I haven't there that long, I'm probably giving you a Fanta for nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. 25 minutes for a Fanta?
I'm going, here, listen, I could afford it, and I should pay, and I did pay.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to hope
Goodwill,
you
though.
can afford it, mate. See if you came back from a month off and went, I can't afford a Fanta at McDonald's.
See Kerry fucking full whack, though. He's
Yeah.
looking at it going, Goodwill. It's
Do you
been
know
stretched,
what
yeah.
you'd love? Oh, you may
Stretched.
hate, but if it's a wee hot summer's day or a hangover, a wee frozen Fanta, you may have seen them pop up in spars. They're like a slush puppy,
Right?
but you can get Coca-Cola, blue raspberry Fanta, lemon, or strawberry.
Oh, wee lemon one must be amazing.
Lemon's,
Lemon slushy, like?
yeah. It's okay. It's kind of
Do you know what I
It's
think
a bit
would
in
be
the
even
bland
better?
side. The blue raspberries.
Do you know what I think would be even better? Club doing that.
Club.
Club orange. Not enough places are selling it.
But they'll have the obsession with putting real bits in it, which
Do you know,
I don't like.
See, I love that. I like a wee bit.
I don't like picking my teeth after a drink.
I
I
swirl
feel
the
like
sugar
someone
around.
spat into my drink, and then I'm drinking it.
Well, somebody actually literally did do that to me one time. But anyway,
What?
several people. I talked about this on last pod.
Oh, right,
I
okay.
think I definitely talked about it where when I was a kid, some people haggled in a juice carton, like a McDonald's cup, and gave me it because I couldn't go with them, and they said, "We got you a drink," and then I drank it. Here I'm over it. That's the main thing. I'm absolutely not talking about it in therapy this week.
That's
so,
very funny.
So what was I going to say? What else was I looking at for us to talk about? Sorry, we didn't really talk that long about Scotland, did we? They
No,
were so shite.
because it was a really boring game to watch, and the only interesting thing is that Hungarian's guy just turned his face into bolognese.
That did, yeah.
That was
I was great earlier, and you were like, just get turned into goulash.
Yeah.
That is,
And then I used it twice.
it's so good.
I have
But you
many
didn't even use it.
tomato-based foods.
Yeah, but goulash is Hungarian.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why.
Because my mum went through a phase where she was cooking dinner and she was obsessed with making goulash. I'll tell you what you want.
Smoked paprika.
What you want
That's
after
your way into a goulash,
long
guys.
day of school, though, when you're starving and you come home, what's for dinner? Not fucking goulash.
Yeah.
Do you
no,
want to eat like a Hungarian peasant?
there was stuff like that like when you'd come in, you'd be like, "What's for dinner?" And there's sometimes,
Soup.
oh, can I tell you something?
I was
soup?
about to Macaulay Culkin my parents
See-
when I came home for soup.
See,
You're all getting divorced.
there's things now. Chloe will do this sometimes. She knows she does this, and I'm a wee dictator, right? But she'll say, she'll go, "I'm not really in the mood for like a full dinner," and I'd be like, "Yeah, maybe just have some small." And she'll go, "I might just have like beans," and I'm like, "No,
Just a wee,
not in this house."
just a wee bowl of beans.
I'm like, see if you're just gonna have beans or beans on toast, and you think that's dinner, and you think I'm gonna be part of that, you're having it on the step because I'm not. That's nothing to do with me. That'll never happen in my house. Like
just beans.
she'd be like, so I'm not allowed beans on toast for my dinner, and I'm like, you're allowed to do what you want, vaguely, but don't fucking include me in this shit. Like I can't. See, that's a lunch to me. That's so specifically a lunch that I can't let you have it for dinner. I would literally rather get up out of my chair and make a full dinner,
is
and
a
you can
rare-
have a wee portion of it.
This is a red flag here.
It is well. It's
You're
a red
telling a woman
I know
when
it's
she
a
can
red,
have
I know.
beans.
I know. I'm giving out red flag energy, but I'm receiving red flag energy when someone says to me, "I'm just gonna have soup for dinner. Might just have toast." I'm like,
Yeah.
because I feel like what they're doing is casting a wee line to see does a wee fishy bite, and does he get up and make a bolognese, and then they will have dinner.
Do you ever go lazy with the
But
bolognese?
really, what I think is at the heart of this, William, is that I am a feeder. Now go ahead.
Are you a feeder?
No, I'm only joking.
I would be that. Like, I just like giving people things.
I like giving people things, but I don't need to give them a big portion. If someone said to me, I want a light dinner, I would rather make a full dinner and give them a wee bit of it than go, right, let's bean it for dinner time. And here I know some people are watching this right now going, and as I'm saying all this out loud, I realise I'm a cunt. I know I'm a cunt.
I want
and
you
know
to
I'm being weird.
bring out a shirt that says
And
"Let's bean it."
And I'm being, that's great. And I'm being ridiculous. And I now know it, now that I've said it out to other people outside of my house.
Yeah.
But when Chloe says it to me, I immediately go, I'll make something.
See, she asked for beans. I was lock her in the room. No dinner for you. Obey Kieran's dinner rules. What else is strictly lunchtime to you? And do you like trains?
Soup.
I'm just conducting an experiment. Are you into trains at all?
I do like trains. What's this about?
Seeing if you've autism.
Why, what's this?
You're like, this is a specific meal for a specific time.
Soup is not a dinner. Soup is lunch, like,
And you like trains?
I've always liked trains. Do you know what I like? I like old trains. I like steam engines.
You might be a little touch.
If you're telling me I might have a wee touch of it, I might well. I have a lot of wee rules, but I don't.
Give me a weird rule you have. Let me hear it.
The feeling I get around a bean dinner is definitely I would almost classify that as a rule.
Yeah.
If she was like, "Fuck you, I'm having beans," I'm not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll rock. But,
your skin will feel itchy and you'll cry. But
so probably the thing that I think will most maybe make me think about getting a diagnosis at some point is if I think I've talked about this before. If I was to say stub, or as the word I would use is creak, if I was to creak my toe, on like say like my right foot, big toe.
Yeah.
I'm walking out that door, I creak my big toe. I will purposely stand there and creak my left one because I will feel incredible imbalance if I don't. And if I have an itch on this arm and I scratch it,
All right, Thanos.
I will scratch this arm in the same place.
Yeah,
because it'll make me feel balanced.
I'm not a doctor.
It's weird,
You have it.
right? But it's something. It's something.
All things must be balanced.
They're. Listen,
I hope you don't get an injury in one eye.
Listen. They're not rules.
Things
They're-
must be equal.
They're not. They're not rules. They're more important than rules. They're laws. So decrees. Like, yeah, it's a weird. I know I'm weird. But listen, I hide it so well until I'm on this podcast.
Yeah.
I think those are probably the weirdest ones. I have other.
The balance thing is...
Other things are just what you might describe if you were a complete cunt as peccadillos. Like, I loathe that someone would use the same knife to like they'd go into jam with a butter knife.
Yeah.
That would and potentially vice versa.
Okay. Only that's acceptable.
I don't want to find jam in my butter, nor do I want to find butter in my jam.
That's acceptable if it's my jam. If it's a communal jam and butter, not okay. If it's mine, I can do whatever you can find out. You can find fucking coins in it. It's my butter. I can put whatever I want in it. But if it's a communal jam that everyone's using, yeah, that's shitty.
Yeah, I don't like that.
If you were to watch me do it and you're not touching my butter and jam, but you're seeing me do that, how you feeling?
I would suggest to you don't use two knives for that, and that's all I would say. I wouldn't insist because it's your jam.
But it would bother
if you were doing that in my house with like family jamly, if you will, I would not be happy about it. Fam, yeah. I'd be looking at it going
family jam. Mine's red wine by UB40. They all love it.
The raspberry fam. I'm sitting looking at that going, what the fuck are you doing? Other we think
mental to come into anyone's house and just use the jam.
Yeah, it would be.
I feel that's an intrusion.
It is. That's like, especially if
you can take a piss in my toilet, but you're not using my jam.
Especially, and I'll tell you what, I don't like people shitting in my toilet. Like, obviously, if they're staying or like no one stays with us, to be fair, because we don't have a spare. Like, our rooms are used.
A spare toilet.
Our rooms are used. But like, if someone was over at my house and they took a shit, it disturbs me a wee bit because I would never shit in their house unless it was an absolute like.
You wouldn't shit in someone else's house?
No, none of us visiting them. No.
No.
No, if I will visit.
Shit. Sometimes I've visited friends for the sole purpose of a shit.
I had a friend who, specifically, if he went into like a new house or like a new building, he would specifically need to shit there as like a I think it was nearly like a territory thing. Yeah. And it used to weird me out.
That is.
I would never leave a log in someone's house, like unless it was.
No, you flush it. Like.
I wouldn't know, but I would never do it. And it would never even be a log because it would be explodey hole. Is the only way I would shit in someone else's house, which is nearly worse.
It would be rapids more than a log.
It would be, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Shaw's Bridge more than Belfast Lock. You know what I mean?
Is that, an algae infestation.
Yeah, and just fucking rats all over. Like, you know.
Is that why? Are you just self-conscious of your shits, or would you just?
I just think that's something you should do in your own place.
But that's what toilets are for.
No, that's what my toilet is for. Your toilet is for your shit.
I disagree with you heavily on this.
I have issues. Like, I wouldn't want to shit. Have you ever shat in lavers?
I shit, yes, every day.
I haven't.
Even when I'm not on.
I have never taken a shit.
See, if you ever see me calm down, I'm not on, and then I leave really quickly.
Have you shit in the Empire?
Yep.
I haven't shat there either.
I have shit in every. Do we pre-gig shits?
No.
No?
I'll do a pre-gig retch. I'll go into the bog and the retch, dry heave.
Normally after I've been in for my
shit. Yeah. I'm going just for a piss and I'm like, it's not even a retch like that. I get like an itch here and a cough.
Mm-hmm.
And I cough and then like normally do like a hawker and then I'm good.
A hawker?
Yeah, like a hawker, like a fucking like a wee throat goblin, you know.
I feel if I googled that, it's not going to give me the results that you think it is. No.
But that's I feel like this is probably one of the weirdest podcasts I've ever done. I'm letting people into a lot of secrets here.
Am I being too personal? Or?
No, I'm feeling.
Or have I Louis Theroux you?
You've opened me. You've opened me up. Not for the first time. No, you have. You've opened the wee book here because in talking about that bean thing, I now think I'm a complete wanker.
I don't think.
I don't. I am joking about that. I like if somebody goes, "Oh, having beans for dinner," have beans for dinner. I'll be looking at it going.
No, yeah,
I'm
I've seen
gonna go make some.
you never enforce these things, but
No, I feel it. I feel it deeply.
yeah, you pull wee faces. I've seen the faces.
I pull wee faces.
You do. It was like when we were on tour and that guy was trying to check in and there were no rooms available. We were having a little post-show pint.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were just enjoying ourselves waiting on a pizza, and then he was loudly causing a scene. I
was
could tell
annoyed.
you were annoyed,
I wasn't out.
but you wouldn't say
I wouldn't
anything.
say anything, but I'm sitting. I know I'm definitely sitting like a. Just
I-
like
Yeah, you were trying to talk to me too, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm listening to this." And then because I'm like a wee ma, I'm like that.
yeah. Do you know what I discovered
He's
recently?
hitting her.
I've definitely talked about this, right? I've talked about this when I was a wee boy. I was a wee prince, right? Where like, I've definitely talked about this, but I've discovered something new about it. So when I was a wee boy, like if I was out shopping, say with my mum, and she'd be like, "Hold on to the trolley, stay with me, hold on to the trolley." I'd be like,
Yes.
and other kids are going buck mad around the supermarket, and I'm walking around going, "You won't be getting a magazine, and I will." Right now, I will be getting shoot. Right. So anyway, right. But
I'll be keeping up with the adventures of Desperate Dan. You will not.
and I definitely used to be that way. I used to look at other kids my age and be like, so naughty, right? And
Is your mum buying you a Nuts magazine?
I know, right? Yeah,
I will be keeping up with Lucy Pinder.
you love her. You've said her name to me like
love
4
Lucy
times last week.
She was always on.
I know it was
She
mental.
was always on. She
So
was the Bradley Walsh of nudie magazines. She did the job every time. Like
did the job anyway.
that was also
right?
the most Bradley Walsh laugh ever. Do you know when someone's on the chase? Remember, this is annoys me about the chase, right? They had that one clip that went
And
everywhere
now they're doing it on
with
purpose.
Fanny Schmeller.
Yeah, yeah.
Very funny.
Now they're
very
doing it on
authentic.
purpose. Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, what's complete the saying? The grass is greener on the other A side, B hole. And Bradley Walsh is like,
Yeah,
you're like,
they're
"Fuck
trying
up."
to recreate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
you're like, I have 90 grand on the line. Do you wanna
Grass is
stop
always
laughing?
greener on the other hole, though. It's funny. So I used to do that, but I've since discovered that I've been doing that as an adult for a long time now. Right, I would look at other people doing things that I consider to be ridiculous, and even though there is no trolley, I'm still holding on to it, going, just like judging them.
See, in my mind, the trolley's moving with no one pushing it, and you're like, which is fucking terrifying.
It's just my wee trolley, and then if the trolley runs over my right foot, I have to roll it over my left one. But,
See, I kind of get you, because as a kid, my mum was very strict, I'd always get in trouble. And as a grown-up, I still have an overbearing sense of trouble.
yeah,
Even if I've done nothing,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to be in trouble for this.
Yeah, I would have certain things like that have definitely lingered.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, I can't,
I have,
bad.
ironically,
I'm not bad, I'm a good boy.
even though everybody calls me Kerry Coyne, I have tremendous trouble, like spending a wee bit of money on like something that's just for me to use.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So like whenever I remember when I was like, so whenever I was a student, right, I got my first student loan, and about a week later, about a week before it, I tanked my ma's car into some
Thank
railings.
God you said car.
And not her mate, and so about a week before I got my first.
This is a weird podcast.
About a week before I got
Right
my
before
first.
I thanked my mum.
About a week before I got my first
I
student
thanked
loan
mine
payment.
just to see her again. Sorry,
I crashed. That's unbelievable. I crashed my mum's car into railings at the top of Balmoral. We don't need to go into what happened. Kev did come down to the. It caused the traffic jam at Balmoral because I was at the top of Balmoral turning left on the Malone.
Better
So
get Kev.
no one could turn left. Kev came to the scene and laughed at me. He claims he didn't. He did. He claims he was laughing at people driving around it going. He laughed at what had happened because I knocked one of the wheels out of its track, so the car was stuck in the middle of the fucking road like block that left turn. There was about a grand's worth of damage done to it, right? Which I paid for out of my first student loan. So I never had that experience at the same time. And here I'm not complaining about this. Fuck's sake, it was my fault, right? I'm just saying I paid for that. Then, so it was in January that I had my first experience of going, right, because I had a wee bit of money, right? And I went, one of my mates had spent a clean fortune on a sound system in Richer Sounds. An unbelievable sound system, by the way, for his room, right? And so he was down, he had done that out of his first loan, and then he was down getting like updated bits and pieces, cables and whatever for it. And I went with him, and I saw a Philips MP3 player that it was class. This was pre-iPod, by the way. And it was a wee MP3 player, and it had like a wee...
You were in uni pre-iPod?
Suck my dick, right? And there was a wee...
That's inappropriate.
There was a wee...
no need for that, man. Just trying to get a timeline.
The wee button on it that did everything, that was like a wee scroller, like the wee menu button, was like just a wee cut into this thing. And when you ran your finger over it, it was all black, and when you ran your finger over it, a wee stream of like blue neon lights happened. And I love the combination of black and neon blue. I don't know what it is,
You
right?
haven't blinked in 2 minutes.
I know. This thing was like do you know what's meant? This thing is... This thing was £110, right? And I remember ringing my ma about it and being like,
Mommy!
Am I permitted?
Yeah.
Like, and I still feel that way. I can't...
Oh, you'd have to ring her and be
I don't
like,
ring my mum now, like, but
Yeah.
I would... So I've rung Chloe about stuff, or like I'll and she'll be like, "Will you fuck up? Like, fuck up,
buy
and
it.
You're like, you are a grown ass man. Will you fucking do it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, but can you say yes?" Like,
whereas I'm the opposite, and you know what I'm like. How many times have you seen me come in with something, and everyone's like, "Why did you buy that?"
even though it's like totally affordable, though,
yeah.
I do it. Like,
But I'm so bad for it, though. No, I'm the opposite.
You will do it when like you will spend. Do you know what it is? Because right, you would spend something mental on like a jacket or like a shirt, and I'll look classmate, and you'll go, "Oh no, here it was fucking this much," and I'd be like, I have anxiety on your behalf.
Of that jacket, and I'll fuck that jacket up that night.
It's only because I would never spend it on that.
Yeah,
like all my t-shirts are worth fucking £15. Like,
but you've seen me go. Have you seen me go through the process of like, it's £200, I can't do it, and then we'll walk away for in different shops, and I'm like,
and you go,
can't believe we even thought about that, and then I'll be like, I'm away to the toilet, and you'll come back, and I'm in the queue with it.
You did one in, was it John Lewis over in Edinburgh?
It might have been.
There was or was it Edinburgh? Where was the place we went? There was one. I know there was one in Toronto.
Yes.
Where me and you were walking around, and you bought, I want to say like a shirt. Wasn't it like a shirt, like a shirty, like an overshirt type thing?
Yeah.
And I could not believe the price of it. Like, I was just going, oh my god! But it has nothing to do with me. I don't know.
No,
why
I know.
I care.
No, everyone's always the same. Shane's always like, "Why did you buy that?" And I'm like, "But I'm pretty."
I know. It always, to be fair, it always looks
As
good.
though I don't look like just like a fat lad in a slightly nicer shirt. Like, this changes everything. That's in my mind. And this is what I do. I buy jackets, and I'm like, "This, I look gorgeous in this." And then someone takes a photo. I'm like, "Oh, I still look relevant."
Yeah, I
Just
do
in
that.
a
To be fair, I
very sparkly shirt.
I'll get a new t-shirt and be like, skinny, and then I'm like, I'm not.
And then you walk past the window, and you're like, "Oh fuck!"
I walk past the window and go, who's next, will they? And then, all right.
Yeah, those 3 people are wearing the same clothes. Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's mental. But
that's like, I think it was either Shane or Butler. Like, why don't you just buy like cheap wee shirts like this? And I'm like, because you are in good nick, you can wear that. You look good.
to be fair,
If I stick a Primark shirt on, I look like I've given up.
if I stick a Primark shirt on, I'm not clothed.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
it's open at the front, and I'm sitting on a sofa at the front of a house. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
I stick a Primark shirt on when I'm in that nether realm between I'm not in my morning clothes, but I'm not quite out of my jammies.
Yeah.
It's a lazy start to the day. It's 1 in the afternoon. You're getting breakfast. That's when the Primark shirt's on.
I love walking around the house now in what I would describe as a flouncy t-shirt.
That sounds like something your mother would call a bit of a slut.
Yeah. Oh, do you know?
Oh, you're talking. She's a bit of a flouncy.
She's a flouncy. Do you know what word would have been used for someone like that in our house? A tart.
Yeah.
She's one tart, and usually about characters in Coronation Street and stuff. She's one tart, so she is.
Yeah. Yeah. My mum would have said tart.
I'd be like looking at my dad going, why are you talking like that?
I love the idea that your dad was very confident the Sips are on. Oh God, Dan's back.
What have you done to him this time, Peggy? Do you know what? I used to love the soaps.
See, when I was a kid, like around 11, 12, they were my shit.
See EastEnders in the Grant and Tiffany days. There wasn't any better TV on.
That was a little before my time.
No, it would have been, yeah. I mean, as
before
we've discovered, I was in uni, before calculators were invented. So, just.
Fuck, imagine being around you when calculators came out.
I'm joking. They were definitely invented.
But I mean, if you had been there for them coming out, you'd
you'd
have been insufferable.
I was. Do you know when I was?
Give me a sum.
Do you know when I was insufferable when the Kindle was invented?
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't believe how. No, I loved it. I couldn't believe how good it was.
Oh, really? I became very conservative when the Kindle came out.
I prefer the feel of a real book.
No,
well, away you go. I prefer, and to be fair,
the Kindle came out and I went, there's too many immigrants here. I became really conservative.
To be fair, I do prefer the feel of a real book, but I did love the Kindle. Mm-hmm. And then, see now, I love Audible. Like, I love it. I think it's brilliant.
I can't listen to it. It doesn't go in if I listen to a book.
It goes in for me. Mm-hmm. Like, for fiction and stuff, it's brilliant. If you're trying to do research, you're better off just reading it. But the amount of shit that's on there and the deals and all, I love it.
You just love the deals?
I love a wee deal. See a wee, here's a David Baldacci for $2.99. Take my PIN number. There you go. Give me 7 of them.
Yeah.
I'll have them done in 2 weeks.
I do that, but for PS5 games, I'll never play again.
I used to,
Worms Armageddon. That's only £8.
I did it with DVDs when I worked in Tesco. £3 ever, and I did it with DVDs off Amazon where you could buy them for a penny and you were just paying postage. So what
was the last movie you bought? Because I'll tell you mine. I'm very ashamed of it.
I bought Midnight in Paris by Woody Allen.
It's not the movie I thought it was.
No, that's A Night in Paris. Not
I was
by
like,
Woody,
why are you renting that?
Also directed by Woody Allen, but it's
just look into the night vision Paris.
Owen Wilson and Owen Wilson and
my daughter wife has made me ghoulish.
My daughter wife, my water. Oh, I love it. My daughter wife is fucking mental. So
that's him complaining to his mates.
They're making goulash
because wife's mental.
They're making goulash because Roman Polanski's coming over. So allegedly, now the probably so the
most likely
it's Owen Wilson, Rachel McAdams, and the story is he's a writer. They're in Paris. She's like his fiance. She's an asshole, and she's having an affair. I've just spoiled it. But you would know. But
Sixth Sense. He's a ghost.
Michael Sheen. To be fair, I think it was out about 10 or 12 years ago. But the story is he's like a writer. He wants to live in Paris in the 1920s, and then magically he gets to go back there, and he meets like Hemingway and fucking Picasso and all these different people. And then he meets this woman, but then when he meets her, no, it's brilliant. It's really lovely, and it's not. It's like a cosmic thing without there being. It's sort of like Groundhog Day, where it just happens. There's no.
Okay.
There's no like this is the mechanism by which this. There's
that annoys me. I need the mechanism.
No, see, well, there's a mechanism. There's go to this place at this time at midnight. Go to this place at midnight. Get picked up in this old taxi, and you're back in 1920s.
Right.
And then there's when he's in the 1920s, him and the woman that he falls in love with end up going back to the 1890s, and she wants to stay there, and it's all about the idea that the notion that you look back on like nostalgia is this sort of false economy of thinking that the past was better than now, and it was easier.
Okay.
It's really great. It's lovely. It's funny. The script's great. So that was the last film I bought.
I bought the Snyder cut of, is it Justice League?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, this changes the movie. It's not that good.
Really?
It's long. What I don't like in that movie, I love the Joker, but they had Jared Leto play him, which I wasn't against, but they made his character really weird. There's at one point, Batman, they're in like this fucking future and the world's dystopian, and Batman has to team up with the Joker. They never elaborate why.
Yeah.
What they do is in the middle of that movie tease a far better movie
really?
that you don't get to see. Where it's like it's implied Joker's murdered Robin and Batman uses guns, but they have to team up now to like stop whatever. Don't elaborate on it. But there's a weird bit in it where the Joker goes, "You can't kill me. I'm your best friend. And also, who's gonna give you a reach around?" And I'm like, right, the Joker is a psychopath. He should be saying things like, "Every man has a bad day." The Joker shouldn't be going, "I'll suck your dick."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give
The Joker?
the Joker. I prefer Joker. That's what it sounds like when he tries to say I'm the Joker mid reach around. I'm the Joker.
But it's just the Joker shouldn't be like, "Everyone want me to tickle your balls?" It's,
I know
it's
that
weird.
is weird. That is
It's
weird.
so weird.
I haven't seen it to be fair. I'm not massively into those movies. Like
Superhero movies?
some of them I like. I haven't watched enough of the Marvel ones to overly comment on them, but they were melting me. Like the Thor movies melt me. Like
Thor movies weren't that good.
I liked.
Third one
I
was
liked.
good.
I liked the Iron Man films. I like Spider Man. I'm not arsed by Tom Holland as Spider Man.
I disagree heavily with you on that.
I don't like those movies.
I think he's good. I think he's really good. Did you not see Endgame? You didn't see Infinity War?
No, I haven't watched them.
I went to see Endgame in genuinely the midnight release, the thing I give you shit for.
Yes.
I did. Never will I go to a midnight release of anything.
They're usually shit. I've been to two. I think I definitely went to see. I went to see the Brandon Routh Superman Returns. Shit.
Awful.
And I think what was it? I definitely did another one. Might have been Iron Man 2.
It was good. It was okay. It was an okay movie. Is that the one with Mickey Rourke?
Yeah, I think it probably was that.
That has my favorite like shit computer hacking scene ever, because they're trying to get in the Stark's mainframe, and Mickey Rourke just goes, "Your software shit.
Yeah.
I am in mainframe," and you're like, "Yeah, if you just say computer words, that's the
Yeah,
same."
yeah.
Your Ethernet is weak.
Yeah, and it's
you're
probably
like,
it's probably you're sitting there going, you don't know computers, wrestler.
yeah.
You don't even know wrestling.
That's it for years. I thought that's what computer hacking was. Just go out and go.
Yeah,
I'm
and
in.
stuff happens. Yeah, he I love that movie, The Wrestler. I was fucking grim.
Do you not see I loving that when they're going through the like Asda and just beating each other with stuff and being like, use that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
class.
and like I also enjoyed the bits where like they're like wounded, picking bits out of themselves and all. And you're going, this is actually mental.
Yeah.
Do you know, like
See the one isn't that where he has the hardcore match and the guy
Yeah.
staples shit to
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
That guy is a real wrestler.
Oh, really?
He's called Necro Butcher. And as you can imagine, he's very, very gruesome. I wouldn't watch his stuff like he would like get a weed whacker and they'll just like put it on each other's chest for like 3 seconds. I swear to God, that is a thing they do. It's fucking grim.
On that note, Willie, let's move. We're gonna do a wee Patreon episode now, actually. So
What are you looking at me for? That's what he does.
Did you say Weed Whacker? Go over to manscaped.com /
Necro butch those pubes.
Yeah, that's mental. Use the code NOBLASTERS20. So 20% off free shipping and get rid of your pubes and don't kill anyone with it. But anyway, here. Thanks for joining us. Great shirt. Anything you want to talk about? Sorry, briefly.
Waterfront Hall.
I meant to
13th
talk
of
about this
December.
more. We'll definitely do that on the Patreon and fewer people will see it. So
Millennium
sorry about
Forum.
that.
Edinburgh
William's doing the Edinburgh Festival this year. He's doing the Millennium Forum this year. Waterfront Hall. When's your Waterfront?
13th of December.
13th of December.
Millennium
Millennium
Forum.
Forum.
14th.
14th of December. That's going to be a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Edinburgh from the
Fucking the whole time of it. So I think it's like
All
30th
of
of July. Yeah, I'm just in Whole Fringe.
all of Edinburgh Fringe. Check him out. He's a great guy. We love him. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, love.